It's officially the holiday season, and you know what that means?
Oh my God!
It's time to go over our top 5 stocks for the month of December 2024. These top 5 names are some big movers out there, and we got to make some big money this month.
Nobody knows if the stock is going to go up, down, sideways, or in fucking circles.
My first stock pick on the list is Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. Now, before you jump to any conclusions, no, the video isn't completely filled with high AI tech plays. There's a lot of hidden gem stocks in here that you guys may not even be watching right now, so definitely stick to the end of the video. Just rallied today, up 3.5%. Is a beautiful day for an Nvidia investor, and we are reaching yet again that resistance area around $150, which we have to watch out for, because if we get a breakout above 150, we're going to test this 152.80 high, and if we can break into that, we are going to all-time highs, guys. So let's draw the line right here at 153, 150, and then down here around 130. So these are our simple areas of resistance and support. We want to be able to hold this 130, which we bounced off of just a couple days ago, bounced off of that, rallied up here to now 145 finishing on the day, and I like the odds that this one approaches that 150 mark closer to tomorrow. We had a massive rally today, as you can see here, from lows around 140 up to 145 before pulling back. Beautiful setup on the day, and I think that this is going to be a great winner for the month of December. You can see here that we were trading inside this resistance and support band, and because of the fact that we bounced off of highs, all-time highs at 153, that is our all-time high support, our all-time high resistance, support down here at 131, and now we're trading at 144. So let's watch, see what happens in the later month of December. I think, though, that this week we're going to have a nice rally to 150, and if we can finally break through 150, we could go to easily 160, 170 and in the all-time highs area. But if not, these are at least our channels or our bands that we're going to be watching for the next several weeks throughout the month. So just keep that in mind with Nvidia. I think if you're a trader, it's a beautiful trading opportunity to trade inside this 130 to 150 area. And if you're an investor, then hop on the train, because you don't want to miss out on Nvidia when it breaks through 153, because I'm telling you right now, next time we hit 153, it's going to 160, 165, 170, and then it's gone. You're never going to get in again below this price. So just be mindful of that. Do your due diligence. The next stock on my list that we're going to be going through is an undercover hidden gem, some would say, FedEx. Now, I know it's a very well-known company, but the stock itself, you may not know, has been pulled back from these previous highs up here. Now, we have a beautiful resistance point at 305, and then we do have some support down here around 250. It was 255. We have a little bit of support, and then we now have another area down here at 260. Also, watching this red SMA line for a bounce is what we're really looking at here, and that's what I'm keying in on for the month of December with FedEx. Now, FedEx is a big package delivery season. Obviously, UPS, FedEx, and Amazon are some big ones, but I like FedEx. I like the numbers they're reporting, and I like the dividend if you're looking for the long term. They do report earnings on the 19th, so it's something to keep in mind, and something I really like about this stock is it's pulled back, and it allows us to get in on the play before earnings, ride the momentum up to earnings, see if we can get back to 290, 295, even closer to 300 before earnings, and then if we have a strong earnings report, break through this 305 resistance and carry us to 315, 320. So I really like FedEx on this play. I like the fact that we've pulled back. If you bring out even longer term, you can see this is a pretty massive pullback. We've seen this before back in September. Off of earnings, we had a massive pullback, and then we had a rally up to this resistance point at 305, and then now another pullback. Now, I think that this is a great play to get into with FedEx. Keep watching this red SMA line around 280, see if we can get a bounce off of that, but I think that leading up to earnings, the next 2 weeks are going to be very important, and watching what happens to the stock if we get a pre-anticipatory run up to earnings or that post-reaction to earnings to try and break through this 305 area. I like FedEx. I think this is a great name to have in your long-term account, but I also think this is going to be a great opportunity to trade for the month of December. Now let's go back to an original, Amazon. You gotta go with Amazon stock for the month of December. Looking back over the past several years for Amazon specifically, it tends to do very well. December into January does very well. Pull back here. Yet again, another year, December into January, we had a peak before pulling back in February. year after year, we've seen this where it tends to do very, very well December into January. It bounces or it rallies or has some type of strong momentum, and we're seeing that now. Now, have you missed it? We might have been a little, we might be a little hot right now, some would say, because we did hit that 220 mark, which is all-time highs, and I think that you were waiting for a little bit of a pullback at least if you want to get in for the long term. I think that you want to get closer to this red SMA line, which shows our overall direction, closer to around $200. I think it's a little overextended, and you can see on the RSI down here as well, we're at over 75 on the RSI, so it's very, very hot right now, but there's a lot of momentum going into Amazon. And I think that Amazon is just a different beast of its own. I think you got to have this in your long-term portfolio, but also trade this one during the month of December is going to be beautiful. We're going to make a lot of good opportunities off of this, and I think that we could see a pullback here. Let me draw some lines out for you guys to really see what happens. So we broke through 215 today, and as soon as 215 broke, I got the alert on my phone. I should have jumped in, but I didn't. 215 was an easy money grab because that literally told us that we were going into all-time high territory, and we were. 196 is another area. We have this cross pattern with the SMA line, so 196 is very, very important as well. And then, of course, this 200 area is kind of interesting to keep watching for. We did have some resistance here in the past, so we got a couple lines to keep watching for. So far, we have hit all-time highs at 220, which means we're in this top trading pattern. But if we do fall below 215, which I think that you may see a pullback from Amazon here, watch for the entry, buy into some shares. If you're looking long term, start buying as it keeps on falling because you're going long term. You're looking 1 to 2 years down, like maybe even 3 to 4. Whereas somebody is trading Amazon for the month of December, you know, you're looking for a little bit of pullback to get in for a great trading opportunity and play off the news. This one doesn't have any earnings anytime soon that I can see here. Looks like it has earnings on February. So we did just have earnings with Amazon not too long ago. That was 2 weeks ago. Forgot about that one. So just keep in mind with Amazon that it doesn't really have any big news coming up, but I think for the month of December, it's a very, very good stock to keep watching for. Now, one that does have some good news and some good earnings that could be coming out is Adobe, ticker symbol ADBE. Now, I already have this pre-drawn out because I was looking at this one, and I've been trading this one. This is a beautiful trade above $500. But we're talking about the support down here at 510 and the resistance at 540. This resistance at 540 is insane. We've seen the resistance once before back here, and then we've seen it a second time about 2 weeks ago where it hit 540, and then a third time at 540 today, and we could not break through. If this thing breaks through $540 and continues running higher, Adobe is an easy winner to 560, 570. No questions asked. This is going to rally. Keep this on your watch list above $540. You see the way that it's trading. You can have another line down here around 495. We've seen the way that that trades as well with that second support area down here, but I'm telling you, resistance at 540 is where we want to be at. If we can break through and hold above 540, this is an easy play. Look at the earnings on the 11th. We have earnings next week, later on next week, so keep that in mind as well, because we're going to start to see some running up to earnings, and if we're 560, 570 net earnings, you could see this thing easily $600 by the end of the month. I like the way that Adobe looks. This is probably one of my favorite picks for a trader on here that wants to go do some swing trading or day trading or even long-term investing. If you want to get into it, you better get into it soon, because if not, you're going to get a good earnings report and this thing's going to get carried to $600 plus. Keep that in mind when going over to Adobe. I like the name, and I think that's one of my top stock picks for this video. Now, these two stocks that I'm going to go over are kind of combined into one. These are both AI plays. CRDO, Credo Technology, and then, of course, my favorite, Palantir. They're trading very similarly to each other. Palantir, obviously, is a little bit more well-known, but Credo is my secret pick that I really, really want you guys to harp in on, because if we pull this back here, you can see that Credo has actually been doing very, very well over the past several months leading up to this position. Now, the past year for the stock started around $20. We're now at $75 after a massive earnings report and a push for AI. Multiple price target upgrades, including the one and only Bank of America, where they pushed this stock up to $75 per share for a price target. Massive price target upgrades. Goldman Sachs also pushed it from $20 up to $65. So this one obviously is very, very overextended right now, but this is a great trading opportunity for you guys. Keep watching this one. We had a little bit of pullback today, but the past few days have been very, very strong for the stock ever since we had earnings, and there's been a lot of price target upgrades. Same thing with Palantir. Moving forward with Palantir, we had a little bit of a pullback today, but this is another name that a lot of companies are looking at and saying, finally, we're going to put some effort into this one. We're going to give this one some confidence, and we're going to boost it. And we're going to say, Palantir, look it, we've been giving you $20 to $30 price targets for the past 4 years. We've been in this thing since COVID. If you guys have been sticking around, Palantir is one that I've been buying for years now, and finally it's been paid off and it's finally moving higher. We've hit $72, and this is only the start with Palantir. I'm not going to push Palantir heavy on you guys unless you've done your research, your due diligence, but you can see here I've been drawing these resistance and support lines for years, and I haven't even gotten rid of them actually, but I've been drawing these for years, and I've been going through and showing that this is a good AI stock to get into, and this is a company that deals with government contracts, and the stock finally blew up in the last earnings report, causing it to run from $40 off the support area, bouncing all the way up to $71 for highs. So we got to keep watching Palantir for the month. I'm a big believer in Palantir. I like the odds that it's going to continue higher. $100 is not out of the question. We have a lot of price target upgrades. So there's a lot of big names out there, guys. Let me know what your favorite names are in the comments below. I definitely can go over any types of stocks with you guys in the future. If you guys are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below what your favorite stock is for the month of December. I'll see you guys in the next video.